Hey, it's Freiburger here with another update on my Jeep TJ. I just got finished tinkering with this thing a little bit, working on the whole front end and steering and stuff. And the main thing that I just installed that is new to me is this Currie adjustable track bar. And I saw that people have had questions about it, how it works, so I thought I would walk you through that. This thing is much beefier than stock, much bigger diameter. One of the biggest changes is that here at the frame end, the stock tie rod uses, or the stock track bar uses like a tie rod end, like ball and stud right there at the frame. And instead, this uses a Johnny joint developed by John Currie, pretty well known in the aftermarket. I mean, the Johnny joint is a very common part these days. And one of the things I was a little squeamish about with the kit was the fact that this bolt is in single shear and it is controlling motion going back and forth this way. And that would seem to be not the strongest design. However, you do drill this out and you use a massive 5/8" bolt in there. And obviously they've done this for years and had no issue with it. As a matter of fact, it's very similar to what I've got going on here in the Iron Rock off-road steering, which I'll show you in a second. It has not given me a lick of trouble. And so you do need to drill out the taper in your frame right here, which I point out because if you're thinking about doing the same modification, be it on your JK or TJ rather, or XJ, you do have to drill the taper out, which is really hard to reverse to use a stock type track bar again if you want to. Over here at the other end, you can see the adjustable section of it. When my Jeep was lifted 4 inches, the front axle was not perfectly centered. I was able to use this adjustability in order to pull the axle back to center. Over here, it just uses a polyurethane bushing, and you can see where I've sort of lubricated it with white grease to keep it from squeaking. Now, speaking of that, people also have had questions about this Heim jointed knuckle over steering. This is a kit from Iron Rock Off-Road. You can see that it takes the tie rod and puts it on top of the knuckle. You do have to drill this taper out in order to do that, to drill the taper in the spindle. Same as what's going on over here at the other end. And then you can see that the drag link also runs up, and you have the same situation here with a Heim joint at the Pitman arm. So the durability on these Heim joints has been pretty good. This one does squeak. When I go off-roading, I regularly pressure wash the whole underside of the Jeep, and I'll go through and I lubricate these with Justice Brothers spray-on white grease, and I have found that that has been pretty good. Now, another thing that I just learned today is that the angle of this Heim needs to match the angle of the Heim at the other end, because, you know, this drag link sort of has some motion in it like that. And if you've got this Heim twisted this way and the other one twisted that way, it puts it in a bind and you run into a problem. So that's something I just learned today while I was taking all this apart and cleaning it and installing my drag link. The other stuff that's going on in the front end of my TJ here, Dynatrac ProRock 44. It has 488s and an air locker in it. These red boots at the end tell you that I've got those RCB axle shafts, which are bulletproof. Up here, I've got JKS sway bar disconnects on the stock sway bar. I don't know the source of the springs in this thing. They're a 4-inch coil, and I think they might be Rubicon Express. I'm not sure, but my next thing is that I would like to put Currie setup on there, Currie coils. You can see I've got stock upper arms with bushings that are wearing out. I would like to change that. And the lower adjustable control arms, single adjustable. Oh wait, those aren't adjustable at all. Those are Rubicon Express. In the back, I've got all Currie stuff, but up here, non-adjustable Rubicon Express. I'll be changing that to Currie at some point as well. So that's what you got as far as the whole setup on my Jeep TJ with my brand new Currie track bar.